The Pasacagoula River has intrigued people for centuries with its peculiar humming sound, as noted by French settlers in 1699. Various legends have arisen to explain this enigmatic phenomenon. One tale speaks of a tribe living peacefully by the river, who worshipped a mermaid-like creature. However, when a Catholic missionary arrived, the mermaid grew possessive of her followers. She lured them into the river with her captivating song, urging them to drown themselves. Since then, the echoes of her haunting melody have been heard along the river's banks.
Three-Legged Lady Road, also known as Nash Road, is steeped in legend and mystery, particularly surrounding the identity of the infamous Three-Legged Lady herself. Depending on the version of the tale, she is portrayed as a young girl who lost her leg in a tragic car accident, a mentally unstable woman who stitched her lover's leg to her own body, or a vengeful wife who sought retribution on her unfaithful husband. Despite the differing stories, they all share a common theme: encountering the ghostly presence of the three-legged lady while driving down the road. Some claim to have been chased by her spectral figure, while others report feeling her striking the hood of their car as they pass by.
In Glenwood Cemetery in Yazoo City, there's a spooky grave surrounded by chain links known as the Witch's Grave. Legend has it that it's the burial spot of an old woman from the late 1800s. She was said to lure fishermen off the Yazoo River and then torture them to death. When the sheriff chased her into the swamp, she got swallowed by quicksand, cursing the town of Yazoo as she sank and promising to return in 20 years to burn it down. People didn't take her curse seriously until the fire of 1904 destroyed more than 300 buildings in Yazoo City. Witnesses claimed the flames seemed to jump through the air, even though the weather reports for that day didn't mention any strong winds. Some folks thought it was the witch's doing, especially when they found the chains around her grave broken open the day after the fire.
The witch dance legend surrounding witch dance, situated along the Natchez Trace Parkway, is shrouded in tales of eerie, paranormal activity. According to local lore, the area was a gathering place for witches who conducted sinister rituals. During their gatherings, they would dance, and wherever their feet touched the ground, the grass would wither away, leaving barren patches that nothing could grow on ever again. Today, witch dance is a campground, but the barren spots from the legend still linger. It's believed that these areas should be avoided at all costs, as anyone who steps on them is said to face a dreadful fate.
In the 1950s, there were whispers about a mysterious illness called mercritis that supposedly spread across Mississippi. However, there's no official record of this outbreak. Locals believe that the government and medical professionals covered up the existence of mercritis. There are conflicting reports about where mercritis originated. Some say it came from Europe, while others claim it was caused by ingesting large amounts of paint. Regardless of its origins, the supposed effects were alarming. It was said to cause men to emit an odor that, when smelled by a beautiful woman, would trigger violent homicidal impulses. Allegedly, this led to riots that were hushed up by authorities.
Callaway Hall at Mississippi University for Women is rumored to be haunted by the sorrowful spirit of Mary. Legend has it that during the Civil War, Mary served as a nurse and fell deeply in love with a wounded soldier housed in the hall. After nursing him back to health, he returned to battle and never returned for her. Overwhelmed by grief, Mary tragically took her own life by jumping from the clock tower. Today, Mary's ghost is said to linger within Callaway Hall. She is known to manipulate faucets, ride the elevator without anyone inside, and even rouse students from their sleep. Some claim to have seen her standing at the edge of their beds, weeping inconsolably in the dead of night.
The McRaven House in Vicksburg, Mississippi, holds the title of being the oldest standing building in the county. And some say it's the most haunted place in the whole state. This house has been around since George Washington was president, and it's filled with all sorts of eerie tales. One ghost story revolves around a young bride who tragically died after giving birth to her first child. People claim to have seen her wandering the property in a brown dress, with her hair tied up. During the Civil War, the McRaven house served as a Confederate hospital, witnessing a lot of violence and death. There are even stories of around a dozen bodies buried on the property, and the primitive medical treatments of the time resulted in gruesome amputations and fatalities. Some have even found severed arms and leg bones on the grounds. With such a dark history, it's no wonder folks believe the house is filled with spirits.
According to legend, blues musician Robert Johnson became a phenomenal talent almost overnight by striking a deal with the devil at a Mississippi crossroads. The details of Johnson's life are shrouded in mystery, adding to his near-mythic status. Born in 1911 and passing away in 1938, the records about his life are inconsistent, and there are conflicting accounts. What's certain is his profound influence on blues musicians and rock and roll artists for generations. Johnson's legacy mainly rests on his haunting music, which often speaks of his supposed pact with the devil. Despite the uncertainty surrounding his life, his music continues to captivate audiences and inspire musicians to this day.
I hope you found these stories as chilling and unsettling as I did. It's a stark reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger and more frightening than fiction. If you enjoyed these tales of suspense, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. This is your host, Nicholas Black. Until next time.